Hello and welcome. So here we are for a news update. Many of you have known for a couple of months now that unfortunately Micron and Nvidia are more or less pulling away from video games. Okay. By pulling away, what I mean is they're shifting all production of new RAM DIMMs in the case of Micron and GPUs, graphics cards, from video games to AI. Both are doing that. Microsoft is also capitalizing on this, which is not really surprising. They are capitalizing on this by expanding their markets, expanding how they actually uh, do business in terms of future Windows renditions, Windows 12, 13, whatever. And those will be extremely powerful operating systems based on AI. Will our computers even dream of holding such power? No, not even close. Because we're not talking about an operating system, we're talking about a neural net. You're going to need computers the size of buildings to hold one operating system running one app. The only way to go about this is to stream the operating system as well. So basically, let's imagine this wallet here would be a futuristic device that you can access the internet on. Very unsurprisingly like a cell phone, but with computing power of a gaming console or a very good gaming computer. You're going to be able to ask it questions, make it do things, and it will do it. And if she or he or it doesn't know how to do it, that AI is going to branch out, search on other AIs how to do the work, and do it. So multiple AIs are going to start interconnecting, learning from each other. That can be exponentially good and terribly bad. Okay, we are on the verge of ending a market that has been booming since 2010. I would say 2001, but it's on the verge there. I would say 2005. It started in 2001, really punched on the accelerator paddle on 2005, which is video games. Okay, video games employ thousands upon thousands of people, developers, performers, voice actors, technicians of every type, light technicians, sound technicians, graphics technicians, special effects, blah 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 blah. It's a world within a world. Okay, thousands upon thousands of people depend on it to feed their families or to feed themselves. Those jobs will end with no plan B, because the plan B is actually AI, something that does stuff for humans. And what's going to happen to those humans? They won't have any way to make a living. Some of these people love their jobs so much that it will be the end of their lives. They're going to live meaningless lives, doing stuff that they don't really like. And it's okay for the politicians. because they'll continue on doing politics. Okay, Trumps will be Trumps, and they don't care. They don't care that something as curious as video games and entertainment would be gone. Stuff like that. This happened all the time in the past. Um, Entertainment was different during the Roman time. It was different during the Renaissance. It was different during the Industrial Age. And it was now different. Something else will come along. Except AI spews entertainment at record level. They're connected to supercomputers after all. They're neural nets. They're not really computers themselves. So they can spew out altered, and this is being capitalized right now immensely by the porn industry. Okay, they can spew out content with people's bodies and faces without their authorization. We have apps on your phone that you can put. Well, this is not my phone. My phone is way over there. They can actually spew out content to your phone with faces of people that you take pictures on the street, and you can make them have, virtual sex with you. This is how it's being used now. Imagine what can be used in the future. It can make you do crimes. Police won't know because they won't have any kind of tools available to investigate these crimes. They can just throw you in jail, throw away the key, and he's a criminal, while you did absolutely nothing. Okay? It was AI rendering your picture on a real crime, on a real criminal, and the real criminal will walk free and you'll get to jail time. And AI won't care, because we are years from developing an AI with sentiments, okay, with emotions, with feelings. You're going to need a computer almost the size of a country to do that. That's how powerful this thing here is. It's biological. Okay? It was made by my father and my mother, not by silica wires and wild imagination. We have several examples that AI will change the world for the worst. We have very few that will change for the better. AI can be used, and should be used, to predict crops. If they were going to do this with microns and an NVIDIA stack, I'm all for that. But they're not going to do that. They're going to spew out products that will generate millions of dollars in profit for them. They're not in this to make the world better. They are in this to make money. If they can make the world better, well, so be it. That's why I fear this revolution immensely. This really, really can impact the world negatively. Now we're seeing the impact it's going to have with video games. The video games are, in fact, on its way out. As we know them, then we'll have video games produced by AI, which I can say it's crap. Right now it's crap. But right now we have a crisis in our hands. Really big one. And I'm not saying this that will only affect gamers. We have cases that this is already affecting companies tremendously. For example, Microsoft. they're investigating and performing and developing AI at record speed, not caring about the Xbox and the gamers that provided them with the resources to do those investigations and developments and blah blah blah. Okay, they don't give a shit about the gamers. Um, Nvidia, same thing, which is scandalous. Okay, it's a scandal because those idiots turned to full AI, not giving a shit about 20 years of heritage, of legacy that people now won't appreciate. People will turn away from NVIDIA like they turn away from flu. Micron, the same crap. Micron has been producing RAM DIMMs for God knows how long, and right now they turned and said, yeah, you guys can go to hell. We got your money. We don't need it anymore. We're going to invest it on AI. I hope you like this decision because we do. We're going to make hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, and basically we were doing the same hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, and we were depending on you. Now we're going to depend on something that is certain, which is AI. Gamers were never certain. There were months on the year that computers sold more, that consoles sold more, and they would get market fluctuations on their income. Companies they hate that market fluctuations. They hate it because it destroys their check accounts, their taxations, and it really annoys them that people buy their stuff in 1 month, but now on the next month not so much. It's right now we're in a mess because Sony has already announced, and Xbox as well, in the beginning of this week, that they're pushing back PlayStation 6 to 2029 and potentially 2020, 30 or 31 even. They have to wait until the market stabilizes and new brands start producing RAM again, or in some certain cases start producing RAM altogether. We have two Chinese companies right now. They're building their factories right now. That's going to take 2 more years of building at an accelerated rate. Then they have to recruit talent to make the DIMMs, the RAMs, and then they're going to start marketing it and selling it. So I would expect market stabilization between 31 and 32. That's when I can expect the announcement of PlayStation 6 and Xbox Next. Okay? Until then, we're going to stay with PlayStation 5s and Xbox. Okay? Make no assumption that they're going to announce PlayStation. They don't have the means to produce them. Because and there's actually another news that I want to share with you guys. Computer and computer producers, like HP with the Omen series and the Legions and Alienwares, they're thinking about putting computers to sell them without RAM. So you're going to pay a computer, which is already expensive, but without the components that makes them work. They're saying this because they cannot guarantee supply, and if they could, they would go broke. Basically, we're going to see video game RAM DIMMs for as much as 8,000 euros, more or less next year at this point. 8,000 to 10,000 euros. 10,000 euros of equipment that will be for sale. So a computer, fully computerized, fully equipped computer for gaming, it's going to be between 10,000 to 12,000 euros. So prohibitive prices. Same goes for PlayStation 6 and Xbox. They're beginning to think, okay, let's sell what we've got, what we are already starting to produce without the RAM. Let them take care of the RAM themselves. This is no way to go about business, and this is going to blow up in their faces. I hope it does. Because there are two brands that can force the market, well, three, force the market to return to its current status, to the current status of a couple of months ago. Sony, Microsoft, and HP. They can force the market. They can sell. We're not selling any more computers to no one, not even companies, and this will halt the market. I work in a place that uses a lot of computers. Loads of computers. Right now, if one computer goes down, it'll stay down. Because if the DIMMs are burned or malfunctioning, whatever, involving the RAM, if the RAM DIMMs are burned or crisp or whatever, if those things are burned, they will stay burned. There will be no money for replacement because of the prohibited prices. Even non-gaming GPUs and non-gaming DIMMs, for, RAMs, are going to be skyrocketing in prices. Intel. There was a report a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, stating that ASUS was going to step up production. They're going to start really ramping up production to try and catch up with the loss of Micron. And that was a false news. That was fake news. That was a kid in Iran that he is a gamer. He wanted ASUS to step up. So he produced that news. He said, ASUS is doing it because ASUS will need to do it. ASUS doesn't need it. And ASUS already came forward and said, look guys, we understand what's going on. We're 100% behind you, but we cannot step up production of RAM. At all. We do not have the facilities to do it. And the RAMs that we produce, the chips come from Micron. So we don't have supply. So the ASUS door is closed. ASUS won't be saving gaming. Right now, only two companies are expected to really step up. Two Chinese companies. I think one is DSYI, something like that. The other one is just Chinese characters. I'm not going to try and replicate the name. I might be insulting someone. The thing is, guys, and I'm only going to do this video on English this week, and I'm going to do it next week in Portuguese. The thing is, guys, we are at a threshold that it's going to be bad. We have politics turning extremely right. We have companies emboldened by that, making arbitrary decisions that will affect you, me, everyone, and saying, we're doing this and you are expected to like it, with a gun pointed at you. This is going to blow up in their faces. Micron is going to burn sooner or later, because this AI bubble is going to burst. And they have no plan B. They cannot say, we're coming back to games. No one's going to trust them. Only the fanboys are going, yay, they're coming back, until they betray us again. Same goes with those idiots at NVIDIA. My computer uses NVIDIA. Right now, I don't know how the market's going to go. We are seeing fluctuations on the stock markets affecting these companies. Some of them negatively, some of them positively. So it's anyone's guess when the burst is going to happen, the AI burst. And by burst, I say the bubble is going to pop. And it's going to pop really badly. It's going to be badly because one day AI is going to kill a human. And that is the day the bubble bursts. That the public will start blaming these companies for the death, for their greed, for their ambition, out of control ambition. So we are approaching a half hour mark with this video. It's a really long video for something I produce, but I'll keep you guys posted. I'm going to try and research this a lot. I already have more videos prepared, but I don't know when I had videos to start with here on the channel, the continuation of the console wars, and then explaining consoles altogether. I have those videos on paper already, right there, and I don't know when I'm going to start producing them because I have to save up my computers, my consoles. I don't know when they're going to malfunction, and then I'll have no money to fix them, because this is all bullshit. So, guys, the thing is, right now, the market can go both ways. It's going to go up, and they'll feel justified and emboldened, and we're going to lose the market for video games forever. Or it's going to pop and it drops, and video games could recover. It's anyone's guess. I'm really with attention to the stock market right now, something I didn't do. But in order to analyze this, we have to analyze the money. Okay? If the money goes one way, the money will go the other way. It will come back to video games. But if it goes straight to AI, it's going to stay on AI. There are already loads and loads of reports that it's the most pollutant industry right now. It generates CO2 and blah blah blah. I have to analyze that with a lot more careful eyes. Right now I'm just analyzing this asinine maneuver from Micron and NVIDIA of all the brands, NVIDIA, and then they go to the CS expose that we had last weekend, announcing virtual companions, things on glass bottles that are supposed to help gamers. Dude, gamers are going to hack that, make the little doll go naked, and they'll have a sex companion. That's it. That's what's going to happen. I don't need a companion on a glass bottle to tell me, oh, you're losing the game. I know I'm losing the game. So, let's see how the market goes. I'll keep you guys posted, and I'll see you all next week. Until then, play on as you can.